I mean, look at those graphics movie.
And finally, after years of speculation and months of delays, they went on sale last Friday.
All right, but I need the lights off.
Oh.
You can plug your iPod video directly into the tool out.
I think it's fairly niche as a
issue.
Look, we should tell everybody what's coming up and link to the brand.
Show you. There we go. Right, it's time.
Right, now we want to talk to you about digital SLR.
Act.
SLR stands for single lens reflex, which basically means that what you're seeing through the viewfinder is exactly what the lens is. For many gadget fans, an SLR camera is now becoming a necessity.
Things.
That's a lot of money, and these things don't come cheap. You'll probably be spending about £500 for an SLR camera, but which should you plump for? Well, this week's challenge was designed for us to try and find out. You know, when we first got the challenge, I thought it was going to be really easy. And then I started to think about it and just realised how difficult it was going to be.
I hate that symbol with...
Really difficult, but very fascinating and a lot of fun. More of that later. Do you know what, Don? I'm really glad that you finished doing this item. Because you know he tests everything himself every day for the last week or so. He's been coming into the gadgetry office with little bits of tissue paper.
Because for me, leaving.
What about the electric shavers, John? What about G ratings?
Dave, that was just a lovely thing to experience.
Very nice. No, John, I wax. Anyway, now it's time for the critical list. Every week on the critical list, we look at what's best in a certain area of gadgetry. And this week, it's toys for fighting. Will you sit down?
Fighting toys! Can I start with mine?
Yes.
Genuinely, this thing is awesome. So obviously, there's not that many people in the UK that use trios. They're much bigger in the US.
It's only 4 trios.
Yeah, but it's going to port to all kinds of gaming platforms, I guarantee you that, and all kinds of mobile phones. So I can actually see right into this. I'm not using a D-pad. This is the cool thing about this
Using
game.
the camera?
Yeah, the motion of the camera.
Right, got it.
Yeah, the software interprets that as an input. So, you know, like you'd input on a joypad, you don't, you just move the camera around.
Actually line up your fellow commuters.
Exactly.
That is digitally recorded from the film, John. Yes,
Wow,
exactly
there's another
that.
one there.
And there's another one here, and it's for you, yeah.
Please.
And obviously it's got motion sensors all over it. Oh,
Very
You've
tough.
got the moves, girlfriend.
yes.
The sci-fi stuff, yes, please. Bang.
Oh.
Look,
Nice.
I've got this obviously
God,
pure
sorry.
traditional technology. In fact, it's wooden rubber band.
No, it's hardly a match for a lightsaber, is it? I mean, come on, here's mystical, and you with your rubber bands.
Turn them on, Sally. You ready, Suze?
Now it's time to return to this week's challenge, in which Jason and I were testing out our 2 favourite digital SLR cameras.
I was using this beauty, Canon's EOS 400D.
And I was using this Nikon D80. And the idea was to get a set of photos that were the same as a set of icons. And having familiarised ourselves with our cameras, the race was well and truly...
Did you get finished?
Oh, finally, but it did take me ages to get that building. I couldn't find it. I was walking around and around.
That was a killer challenge.
Yeah, it was
a
really
difficult
really
challenge.
tough, but
the
great
results
fun.
are on the wall, Susan. That's all that counts.
They're on the wall, and our resident photographer expert. And who's got close to the icons, and what do you think of the pictures?
Well, in terms of getting close, he's held up with string.